Story time with Fergie and friends.
Ooh, it's so exciting. We've got palm trees, we've got flamingos, and we've got ostriches, and we've got sunshine and octopuses, and fruit and delicious yummy things. And it's Fergie and friends, it's story time, and it's great to see you. Here we go. Where the Heart Is by Irma and Susanna Crisp. In 2011, Dindim, a Magellanic penguin, washed up on an island village beach just outside Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, near Joao's home. Since his rescue, Dindim has spent 8 months of every year with Joao, leaving in February for the Patagonian coast of Argentina and Chile and returning in June. The trip back to Joao is an extraordinary 8,000 kilometres. 4,970 miles. Scientists say they have never seen anything like it. The true story inspired Where the Heart Is. Well, what an extraordinary story. Don't you think it's an extraordinary story, Paddy? 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 No. Okay, well, enjoy the story, Paddy. On a beach in Brazil, Paddy, a tiny penguin was washed ashore. He was covered in oil and so sick that he couldn't open his eyes. Look, do you want to look at the penguin, Paddy? Yes, there it is, look. Isn't that interesting? Yes, good boy. That's a turtle. Yeah. Oh no, what's going to happen? Old Joao found him and took him home, where he wiped the sticky oil from the penguin's feathers and fed him sardines. He named him Dindim. Aww. Every day Joao fed him sardines. And after a week, Dindim was strong again. Joao took him down to the beach to say goodbye, but Dindim didn't want to leave. Joao didn't want Dindim to leave either, but he knew it was the way it must be, so he put Dindim in his boat and rowed out to sea. The old man tipped the penguin into the ocean and sadly rowed back to shore. But as Joao walked up the sandy path to his shanty, there was Dindim waiting. He had beaten the old man home. Dindim flapped his wings in welcome. Joao roared with laughter. And so Dindim stayed. The old man and the penguin did everything together. They ate sardine sandwiches together. They mended fishing nets together. They even did the shopping together. But the best times were when Dindim lay in Joao's lap and sang to him a lullaby of belonging. Almost a year after he first arrived on Joao's beach, Dindim shed his feathers and grew in a new coat. He was becoming a very handsome penguin indeed. Then there came a day when Dindim knew in his heart it was time to leave. He waddled down to the water, honking a farewell. Watching him go, Joao's heart trembled. Dindim swam for many days and nights, barely stopping to sleep or eat. He passed whales spouting umbrellas and albatross with wings as big as waves. Come on, Dindim! When he reached the Patagonian coast, there was a whole beach of new friends waiting for him. Together they played in the inky ocean, whooshing through water and chasing fields of fish. Dindim grew good and fat. But sometimes, even when Dindim was surrounded by his friends, he felt lonely. There was an ache in his heart, for he missed the old man. Poor Dindim. After months in Patagonia, he could stay no longer. The thought of Joao tugged him back into the ocean. He swam for many days and nights all the way, hopping and hoping and hoping and hopping and hopping that the old man would be there to meet him, that he hadn't forgotten him. Not far from Joao's beach, the sky swelled and lightning jagged. Dindim rode waves and wondered if he would make it. He was exhausted. A sea lion loomed out of the darkness, her teeth scraping the tip of Dindim's tail. Dindim darted left and right, pushing himself as fast as his tired flippers could go. He made it to the beach, but the sea lion lumbered after him. Dindim could hear the slap of her body and her smell of her terrible breath. He pushed himself harder, thinking only of making it to Joao. He was so close now. Dindim squeezed himself through a penguin-sized gap in Joao's fence and was safe. The sea lion slunk back into the ocean defeated. Wasn't he lucky? Joao was mending a fishing net. Dindim honked and hello and wagged his fat little tail like a puppy dog. Joao dropped the net and leapt to his feet. As Joao bent to greet Dindim, he cried of tears of joy. The penguin nuzzled his beak over the old man's face, chirruping softly. Dindim curled into a familiar shape on Joao's lap and sang his lullaby of belonging. He was home. What a beautiful book. And you know, apparently it is it's based on an inspiring true story. Well, I would say that's a beautiful book, and congratulations. And for any of you who are reading it, you can make Joao's Beach with palm trees from tangerines, bananas, which are now gone nicely browned because they look like palm trees, and the kiwi fruit look like the leaves of this wonderful palm tree. So here we go. I'm going to take my glasses off, and I'm going to show you the magic of Giles Beach and where the heart is.
With Fergie and friends, with Fergie and friends.